I'm so sorry.
Get in here?
A pair of gloves? Okay. Let me grab someone to help you, okay? Okay. Give me one moment. I'm so sorry. I just need to help this woman. Yeah, let me grab Jacinto for you. I'm sorry. This is day-to-day where we get pulled in a bunch of different directions. Let me grab him.
Okay.
Let me start from the beginning. So this is NourishPHX. So like I said, we used to be ICM Food and Clothing Bank. We were established back in 1983. We really started as interfaith cooperative ministries. It was a bunch of community members from all different churches and parishes that reached out, and they all wanted to make a difference in the community. All of them kind of banded together and formed one organization over the next 20 or so years and started providing basic needs for folks. We changed our name back in, 2020, right before the pandemic hit, funny enough. We really wanted something that was more encompassing of what we do. Originally, we were just providing food and clothing, just basic necessities, whereas now we do a lot more. And you can kind of see that posted on the walls here. You can see it in our flyer rack. So in addition to food and clothing, we still do that. But we have our Job and Resource Center at the end of the hall there. And in addition to the Resource Center, basically that's a space where folks can go to get job assistance. We can do resume, cover letter writing with them. We can do mock interviews and transportation assistance if they need to take the bus or they need a gas card or such. And the list kind of just goes on and on. We have a monthly calendar that we do. We have classes. There's a whole ton of stuff. So I'll kind of take you through each step as we go. So as you can see, this is the front lobby area. So folks will get checked in every day, from Monday through Friday. We're open to the public from 9 to 11 a.m. And during those times, folks can come get services. So when I say services, food, clothing, we have again our variety of classes that we offer. This is the calendar here. We have a new one every month. So there's always something going on. This is what I do. So as the program director, I bring in any classes that we have for the community, any community partnerships like Cartel, who either want to sponsor or they want to volunteer or whatever is going on. So there's always something new going on. And we do a ton of different services like this every month. So we have free phones that we do. We do a medical clinic. We do finance classes. We do vaccinations. We do technology classes for folks 50 and up. It's kind of, like I said, goes on and on. There's always something new going on. The whole point of NourishPHX and the whole mission is really to instill self-sufficiency and dignity back into folks. We want to make it so they don't have to come back here one day. So when they're coming in for basic necessities, we try to get to the root of the issue of what they're dealing with on the day-to-day and really help them for long-term self-sufficiency. So I hope that makes sense. That was a lot of words. So folks will get checked in here in the mornings. As you can see, we help them one-on-one. And that's really the time where we can kind of, like I said, get to the root of the issue and see, like, what is it you're facing? What is it that we can help you with? We try to be as accommodating as possible. If there's something they need that we don't have assistance on, you can usually find it here. So our flyer rack has tons of information from different orgs with different services. So rent, utilities, dog food, really anything goes. If there's something that we don't have info on, I'll do research on it and try to find it for that person. And all of our employees are really great with that. So yeah, so they'll get what they'll need here in the lobby, and then we'll go into the clothing room. So this is the clothing room space. I don't know if I mentioned, all of our services are free to the public. We don't charge for anything. Yeah, it's a really wonderful model. Folks are welcome to come into the pantry twice a month to get food, and one of those visits they can get clothing as well for their families. And the way that we determine that is everything is donation based. So we never really know what we're gonna get. We really rely on donations from individuals and companies. That's how we're able to supply what we do. So everything you see in this room is donated. Every pair of pants, every shirt, every pair of shoes, everything. We are our only location as NourishPHX. We're just one location. Yep. So we have a white gated lot on the south side of the building. If someone pulls in and just hits the green buzzer,
and that's where we parked, right?
They can donate in that big donation bin in the parking lot.
Great.
So anytime between like 7 and 3 o'clock Monday through Friday, folks can usually donate. That's kind of the gist of the clothing room. As you can see, there's a limit for a number of items that folks can get every day when they're here. So once a month, families could come in, and the limit kind of varies depending on what we have. So it's usually between 3 and 5 pieces of clothing for each person in that household. Okay. So say if someone has 10 people at home, 3 pieces of clothing that day, that person could get 30 pieces of clothing for their whole house. So we really try to keep it fair. We don't put out anything that we wouldn't use ourselves. Sometimes we get donations that are ripped or dirty or stained or smell funny like Uncle Joe. Yeah. So anything like that, we do recycle. We try not to be wasteful at all. So we're really grateful for anything that we get. We just want to, again, promote our mission and make sure that we're promoting, self-sufficiency and just dignified clothing. If I wouldn't wear it, I'm not going to give it to someone else.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, this space is really, just just here so that folks can have that autonomy to pick out their own clothing. It can be really hard to ask for help, especially as grown adults, so they're welcome to come here into a safe space where they can do that. It's set up just like a regular store, as you can see, so we did that on purpose. Folks can walk around, pick out what they need. They're welcome to ask the volunteers up at the counter and any of the staff wandering around if they need something specific. A lot of folks are regulars, so they kind of know how things go. We have some people who've been here for 20 years. We have some people who are first-timers. It's different every day. And we serve everybody. We have seniors, teenagers, kids, people in their middle ages. I mean, every demographic, every race, every gender. So it's really cool. Yeah, so they'll shop around, and once they're ready, they'll take their items up to the front counter there, where you see the volunteers folding up items. And again, if there's anything specific they need, we go and look in the back for them. We do little household appliances and whatnot as well, so we can take things like blenders, toasters, plates, silverware, cups, mugs, stuff like that. So it just depends on what they need. If we have it that day, we'll definitely supply it for them. Kids items as well, and yeah, we get a little bit of everything. So yeah, so if they are shopping, they'll check out here and then just come into the good old pantry. Hi. So this is the pantry space. So as you can see, we've got volunteers on both sides of the line working hard. We need about 10 to 15 volunteers daily just for basic operations. We're only a staff of 11, 2 of which are part-time. We serve anywhere from 150 to right now it's about 180 families a day. We can't do that with just 11 people. So we definitely need volunteers. We definitely value them. Folks will be stuffing food boxes throughout the morning here. Every family will get a food cart that looks like this, that Jensine is packing. So every box, every cart has a little bit of everything. So fresh produce, fruits, vegetables, non-perishable items, which are the St. Mary's boxes that you see. We get a lot of our food from St. Mary's, so they're a great partner from us. Every family gets dairy and eggs as well as meat. So usually ground beef, pork, chicken, whatever we have that day. Again, it's a little different every time. And then families will also get any miscellaneous items that we have. So non-perishables, we get a ton of bread. So we try to load them up on the bread, as well as any desserts. We get these really awesome like big sheet cakes.
Oh, wow.
And just these wonderful desserts.
And how is this food typically donated?
Yeah, the meat and the dairy?
Yeah.
Yeah, so right now we are purchasing our own meat and dairy from a supplier.
Got it.
We were fortunate enough to receive a grant earlier in the year which allowed us to do that for the first time, so that really made a difference. Our families very much need meat and dairy as an essential, like everybody does.
Right.
So the fact that we were able to do that and we have it on a regular base, the clients have really gotten used to it. They're really grateful for it.
Wonderful.
So, as you can see, it's always moving, it's always busy. Once clients are done in the clothing room, they'll come through this door here and just hand their ticket that they got for the day to whoever's behind the counter. And then the volunteer will help them out through that door there to their car. Oh yeah, it's really easy to volunteer. Our volunteer coordinator, McKenna, is great.
Okay.
You can volunteer by signing up online. You can give us a call. You can email us. There's a quick form that we have people do online. It only takes a couple minutes. And they can volunteer in the pantry or in the clothing room, as well as in the sorting room, which we'll go to next. So folks will get their food here, and then they're out the door. We're gonna visit one more spot and actually backtrack a little. And we're gonna squeeze a little. We're giving out extra toys today for Christmas, so that's why this table is here. And this is the last big space within the organization. So our building's actually 2 floors. The second floor is just used for storage right now. We're figuring out a use for that right now. But this is the sorting room, so kind of the predecessor to the clothing room. Everything that you see in the clothing room was originally in this space.
Got it.
So as the name entails, this is the space where we sort through all the volunteers. All the donations that we get. We don't sort through volunteers, they come to us. So we'll sort through any donations that come in every day. We have a lot of regular volunteers. We have people who do community service. We have people who need school hours. Again, everybody, it's a really just fun little space. We play music and have dance parties sometimes. So we go through everything by hand, as you can see. This is a great space, again, for all ages. You see we've got a couple of kids in here today. Very simple role. Basically just go through each piece of clothing that comes in, make sure it's good quality, it's not ripped, stained, dirty. Again, smells funny like Uncle Joe. And everything is organized as well. If you look behind you, everything here on the racks is organized by just general gender and size, just so that the volunteers can easily go and restock it in the clothing room. And we get a ton of miscellaneous items as well, like on that back wall with the bins. We get socks, underwear, backpacks, purses, swimsuits, costumes for Halloween. We really get everything. You name it, we've probably seen it at one point. So it's wonderful. I mean, it's just a really cool space. Everyone is just so welcoming. So that's kind of the overall kind of functionality of everything. Our back offices are in the back, as you saw earlier. And there's one more space, which is the classroom, which I'll take you to. We're just gonna swivel back through the pantry. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention, against the wall here, we do sorting for hygiene items as well. So every now and then we'll get those big Jugunda bottles of like shampoo and conditioner. A lot of our folks need hygiene when they come in. It's a basic human necessity, so when they come in, they often ask us for it. So we split it up into smaller portions. We have volunteers do that too. Yeah, exactly. This is kind of the back ends of the pantry, as you can see. So you can kind of see how the inner workings are going on. One more space here. It's a little packed to the rafters with bread right now. we got a lot of bread today, so we're giving extra to the families. This is the classroom space. Again, this is kind of where my realm comes in. Any programming we have, any classes. Like I said, we do the mobile medical clinic once a month. We do vaccinations. We do tons of different programming that's held in this space. So again, a big part of our mission is instilling self-sufficiency and dignity in folks so that they can live the lives that they want to. They can come into this space to learn new skills. We do professional development. We've done resume classes. We have a jewelry class going on next month. We have an international nutrition series where folks can learn about different types of food from all over the world and they can try some of it. We've done that with the Japanese Friendship Garden. We've done that with the Japanese Outreach Initiative. Who else have we worked with? Iskon Temple in Tempe. They're awesome. They came out earlier in the month and taught a class for us on India. So we really can't do anything without our partners. So there's a lot to be grateful for. It's a really cool space, and it just allows folks to be exposed to new experiences and just have fun and take their mind off of the day-to-day. It's healthy for their mental health as well, because there's a lot that folks are dealing with. Everyone who comes in is 9 times out of 10 making less than $30K a year, and they have families that they need to feed, and they're working, and these are really hardworking and thoughtful people. So anything that we can do to relieve some of the stress. Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of the overall of NourishPHX. Yeah, we always need drives, we always need donations, we always need volunteers. If you have anybody who's interested in any of the above, we do all of it. Our volunteer coordinator, McKenna, organized the drives as well. So we bring you these big like stand-up boxes. If you wanted to like put one in a Cartel location and just pop a NourishPHX sign on it. Yeah, oh no, that would be great. I mean, literally anything helps. We do donation drives all throughout the year. Yeah, especially this time of year, it's definitely the busiest for us because this is one of those big times when people are in most need. You know, something that I've learned with working for a food pantry, I had never worked for a pantry before, so I'm still kind of new to this whole world. But something that I've learned is that as, you know, folks are aware, during the holidays people need help. But they really need help all year long. You know, whether it's January or December, it doesn't matter. You know, people still need food, people still need clothing. So anything, any time of year is super appreciated.